What's going on, y'all? It's your man Jeff, and we are back here with another one. First off, and as always, guys, it is damn good to see y'all, man. I hope every single one of you out there is having a beautiful freaking day for real. Alright, we got some new Lowkey that just dropped, man. Not even fucking, this was like 2 hours ago. This is like fresh off the CD, man. And shout out to That Maniac too, man, for commenting about the new stuff. I appreciate it, man, because I didn't even know. Like, I guess, oh, fuck, I'm not subscribed to his actual channel. There we go. Now I am. That's better. That's how it should be. Jesus, I've been slacking. But this is Soundtrack to the Struggle 2, man. Like, I haven't even heard the first one. I probably should go back and listen to it. But without even hearing this, man, Soundtrack to the Struggle, are you kidding me? And it's from Lowkey, man. Get out of here. This is going to be nothing but freaking just bar after bar after bar. I cannot wait. So, without any further ado, why don't we dive into this, shall we? Lowkey featuring NOAM CHOMSKY. Why does that name sound familiar? I feel like I've heard it before. I don't know if it's a play on somebody else's name or if I've just heard this dude before, but oh, fuck it. We gonna find out anyway, right? So without any further ado, let's just dive into this, shall we? Lowkey, Soundtrack to the Struggle 2. Let's go.
You're listening to Soundtrack to the Struggle 2 by Lowkey.
Thank you for joining us, NOAM. In Optimism Over Despair, you say, it seems to me unlikely that civilization can survive really existing capitalism. Would you be able to explain that statement for us?
Really existing capitalism is what we can see described in the press day after day. We read that the major banks like J.P. Morgan Chase are increasing their investment in fossil fuels, including the most dangerous, like Canadian tar sands. And all of this is...
Man, I know we was part of the problem. I know it. But man, fucking Jesus.
there.
See, that's the thing about Lowkey. He teaches people with his music. I'll say that 1,000 times till my fucking face falls off. Let's go.
Investment in fossil fuels, including the most dangerous, like Canadian tar sands. And all of this is quite understandable on the assumption that the structure of our institutions is geared to maximizing short-term profit and power without regard to what might happen to the world in another 20 or 30 years. That's called capitalism. But we can't survive that.
Wow, man. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Is it the economic system via the ecosystem? How we gonna define deep when the seas have risen? How can we define woke when our sleep's commission drowned out by cold brother bots? How can the people listen? Can't detoxify?
Oh my, yep, oh man. Woo!
Via the ecosystem, how we gonna define deep when the seas have risen? How can we define woke when our sleep's commission drowned out by cold brother bots? How can the people listen? Can't detoxify as we watch the sky
drowned out by, oh my god, oh man, oh.
Commission drowned out by cold brother bots. How can the people listen? Can't detoxify as we watch the sky fade to grey. The source devoured, corporate power killed the nation state. Sophisticated murder defined as innovation. Corporations wine and dine just to mine your information. 8 men versus...
Bring it back. Do you hear what he just said there? Do you hear what he just said there?
Watch the sky fade to grey. The source devoured, corporate power killed the nation state. Sophisticated murder defined as innovation.
Sophisticated murder defined as innovation. That is, damn, man, damn.
Source devoured, corporate power killed the nation state, sophisticated murder defined as innovation, corporations wine and dine just to mine your information. 8 men versus humanity, terrorist who? His search engine knows your thought pattern better than you. In an environment resentful, uprising is essential, the horizon is torrential. Think your silence will protect you, subject to propaganda that terrifies the slumbered. We
think the silence will protect, oh my god, this is freaking, oh my god. This has the same feel of the track with, what was it? It was Lowkey. Was it Lowkey in Immortal Technique, or was it Akala in Immortal Technique? I can't remember. But this song has the same type of feel to it, man. Just fucking information after information after information just in the bars, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go. Fucking goddamn.
To mine your information, 8 men versus humanity, terrorist who? His search engine knows your thought pattern better than you. In an environment resentful, uprising is essential, the horizon is torrential. Think your silence will protect you, subject to propaganda that terrifies the slumbered. We can jeopardize their cover if we energize the numbers. Collectivize or die, protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others.
Oh my god. Life is a paradise for some and a pair of dice for others. Holy fuck, Lowkey. You going, I can't even say you going in because you just saying facts. This is, crazy, man. Let's go.
Their cover if we energize the numbers. Collectivize or die, protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others.
That's a strong picture right there, man. He's got his hand, is that a missile? He's got his hand crushing the missile, but the clock in the background, oh shit.
I saw horror in the eyes of a tired, retired fireman, knowing he couldn't help a child survive the frying pan. When we riot, we disquiet the Leviathan. Forget Iron Man, I've got an iron lion.
Was he talking about the Grenfell Towers there? Man, I saw horror in the eyes of a retired fire. Oh my god, man.
Horror in the eyes of a tired, retired fireman, knowing he couldn't help a child survive the frying pan. When we riot, we disquiet the Leviathan. Forget Iron Man, I've got an iron lion's diaphragm. My salutations to those with imagination. Doom anticipated, and that's no exaggeration. Your flag doesn't exist. Let me back up that statement. What happens to the nation if the Queen has a tax haven? Pushing these buttons, you don't need a brave heart. Run text turn.
I'm not sure what that is about, but that would probably be pretty big, man. If the Queen had a tax haven. I'm not quite sure what that is. Does he mean if the Queen had to pay taxes or something?
Diaphragm, my salutations to those with imagination. Doom anticipated, and that's no exaggeration. Your flag doesn't exist. Let me back up that statement. What happens to the nation if the Queen has a tax haven? Pushing these buttons, you don't need a brave heart. Run text turn the Mediterranean to a graveyard. Paper wall will drive you crazy if you let it. Had a mother burying a newborn baby in the desert. What's commonsensical is sensible to question. What seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Rebel against the system that...
Oh my god, what seems to be a lesson is intellectual suppression. Oh shit, man! Oh my god. How am I supposed to get through this? Jesus.
Run text turn the Mediterranean to a graveyard. Paper wall will drive you crazy if you let it. Had a mother burying a newborn baby in the desert. What's commonsensical is sensible to question. What seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Rebel against the system that deprived you of a voice. Rebel against this hell while our survival's still a choice.
Oh my god.
Committed suicide. side cannibalize itself, while the bank's treating fictitious capital like it's wealth. Your lurid lobby system means corruption is legalized, privatized healthcare elsewhere. People die, rebellion lives in all those that dream of a better way, refuse to be brainwashed with false visions of yesterday, choose to inflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. So many choose the opposite, their spirit contradicted. Bring a child to the world where the future seems impossible. $5 trillion a year, subsidizing fossil fuels, the truth was in their eyes.
5 trillion, oh my god, $5 trillion a year in fossil. That is fucking nuts, man. Like, oh my god, this is a bit of a different topic, but, well, maybe not. I was just listening to a history podcast. By the way, if y'all ain't on Dan Carlin Hardcore History, you, man, do yourself a favor and just click any one of his fucking podcasts, man. Beautiful. But I didn't know this. I did not know that in World War I, near the end of it, fossil fuel and oil and shit like that was beginning to, it was the start of the new, like, everybody figured out that oil was the new fucking thing to go to. And I did not know that World War I, they had a hard time ending it because the politicians in the office couldn't divvy up the Middle East and the oil and shit like that well enough in between everybody, to the point where the soldiers even found out about it on the ground. That's why they started having rebellion against them, and like it was just fucking crazy to hear, man, like the history of how oil came to be and shit like that. It's just $5 trillion a year, man. Trillion? That don't even sound like a real fucking number, man. Like, how many zeros is that? I don't even know. Whew, let's go.
Way refuse to be brainwashed with false visions of yesterday, choose to inflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. So many choose the opposite, their spirit contradicted. Bring a child to the world where the future seems impossible.
So see, that went over my head the first time. Where'd it go?
Be brainwashed with false visions of yesterday, choose to inflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted.
Choose to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted.
So many choose the opposite, their spirit contradicted.
So many choose the opposite, that their spirit contradicted. Damn, man, like they're living a life that they don't want to live. Shit, man, oh my god.
Choose to inflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. So many choose the opposite, their spirit contradicted. Bring a child to the world where the future seems impossible. $5 trillion a year, subsidizing fossil fuels, the truth was in their eyes, but you shrugged and just turned your back. I watched the family beg for help while they're flat, turned to ash. Apocalypse now, we saw our future in that damn building. CEOs loving profit more than they love their grandchildren. We saw our future in that damn building. CEOs loving profit more than they love their grandchildren.
Not to be concerned about the future.
CEOs love profit more than they love their grandchildren. The line hit so hard he had to say it twice, man. One more time.
CEOs loving profit more than they love their grandchildren. We saw our future in that damn building. CEOs loving profit more than they love their grandchildren.
Not to be concerned about the future of their grandchildren. Well, you have to put yourself in the position of, say, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of the biggest bank, J.P. Morgan Chase. As CEO, he has essentially two choices. One choice is to do exactly what he's doing. Invest, direct investments to the most profitable outcome. It happens to be the most dangerous fossil fuels. Do that. The other alternative he has is to resign and be replaced by somebody else who'll do the same thing. But this is an institutional problem, not an individual one.
Wow. Man, oh my god. I'm not even sure what the hell to say after that, man. That was, I hate this word, but I'll use it for this. That was freaking epic, man. Like, what the fuck? 645 views? Oh, we gotta get this up. This needs thousands. What the hell? Come on, y'all. God, man, maybe people don't know. I don't freaking know. But, oh my god, man. And this was the second one. What was the first one like, man? Oh my lord. Like, I'm sorry to repeat myself so many freaking times with these reactions, man, but I always say that take this shit and put it into schools, man. Like, oh my God, like, freaking amazing what people can do. It's amazing what people can do with fucking words, man. That's why I love hip-hop and just words in general. Books are like some of my favorite fucking things, man. Oh my God, that was, whoo! Y'all ever hear a song that just takes the breath out of you? This is definitely one of them, man. Like, God damn, that was freaking amazing. Smash that like button for Lowkey, man. Ain't nobody putting in work like this. Who goes to school for 8 years and then comes back and rap? Not too fucking many, other than like I call it, you know what I mean? Like, pure, we are blessed to have this dude, man. Holy fuck, his music is going to change the goddamn world. It's going to open up so many, it's opened up my eyes, for God's sakes, man. It's amazing. So shout out to Lowkey for this. Shout out to all you guys, man. Making sure I jump on the new shit. Fucking amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back for that shit. Hell yeah. That maniac, thank you. I hope you guys like this reaction, man. I fucking... Word, dude. Word. This is, like I said, y'all, I don't even know what to freaking say, man. This shit got me speechless. Just amazing. Just fucking amazing, man. So shout out to Lowkey as always. I really hope, as I always say, that you guys have it. As I always say, apparently I can't say it right now. But I do mean it. I hope you guys are having a freaking good day, man. I love every single one of y'all from the bottom of my heart to yours. Click up, dap. I'll give y'all a hug or something like that. I don't know how to do I'm not going to copy the hug life. So maybe we'll just dap as always. Y'all know what I mean? I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys later, alright? Peace out, y'all.